ain't think I ain't even really click live yet. I did not mean to click that shit yet. I meant to wait to click. I guess. I think I did. Peace to the gods and goddesses, kings and queens, emperors and empresses, chiefs and chiefs, priests and priestesses of the motherfucking land. I hope y'all had a great cosmic rising or night, depending on when you catch or see this video. Damn, I actually got my own notification for my live. Like, I wonder how rare that's so rare. Why's my phone? There we go. Can y'all hear me and shit? Yeah, I can. But, there we go. There we go, my bad. Yeah, I decided to go live this rising, you feel me? I'm up early. I usually don't even be up this early. I usually don't be up till like around 10 or 11, but I think I went to sleep early as fuck last night. Or early enough to be up this early, on God. As a matter of fact, yeah, I did. I went to sleep around like 12, 11 last night. I go to sleep around like 12, 11. I'm getting up at 8 or 9, guaranteed. If I go to sleep at like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, now I'm waking up like at 7 or 6 in the morning. Cause like my body, like, it don't need that much sleep. Don't know why, but it's like lately my body ain't been needing as much. As long as I get like, as long as I'm sleep and my sleep doesn't get interrupted in no way, shape, or form, nigga. On God, nigga, I would not sleep that long. My body just gonna wake up like, okay, that's enough energy. You feel me? I hope y'all doing good this rising, man. I hope y'all taking care of yourselves. I hope y'all staying healthy, clean, hydrated. I seen the shit with the Charlie Kirk situation. Please, bro. I'm so tired of seeing this shit on my timeline. Please, gang. Please, y'all. Please, society. I'm so tired of seeing the Charlie Kirk shit. I don't give a fuck about that man, bro. I really don't. They inciting a race war. I'm gonna tell you how they doing it too. Because when Charlie Kirk died, right? That immediately they started putting up all these videos of how this nigga used to say this about black people, black pilots, black this, black that. I don't give a fuck what he said about us. Because at the end of the day, he was still speaking truth too on y'all niggas. But I don't give a fuck on what he said about black people. It don't make me... If he was alive, you know, and I found out that shit, why he said that shit, then I'd have been like, fuck that nigga. But it's the fact they pulled that shit up after he died. I'm like... Nah, that's some CIA work right there. Because look, right after they do that shit with Charlie Kirk, right, and they pull up all that racist shit, or, you know, the so-called racist shit. For all we know, the shit that they pulled up on him saying, that could be AI. Y'all forgot how cold AI don't got now. He said, bro, I've been awake at like 6:30 every day recently. Them solar flares, yeah, bro. Like, I can't sleep late into the day no more. The latest I can sleep into the day is maybe 12, 1 o'clock at the most. But every day, nigga, I'm waking up at between 8 to 10 o'clock. 8 to 10 o'clock, nigga, in the morning. And I don't know why. Like I said, it might be you. Like you said, it might be them flares. You might be right, bro. It's got to be because I haven't checked up on the flares. Like, I haven't checked up on that recently, bro. So I got to check this shit. I'm actually finna check that today. Since I'm on here with you, I'm glad you brought that to my attention, bro. Because I haven't checked the X-ray flux or nothing, so I don't know how hard the sun been hitting recently. But I know recently, last week here in Austin, we had an air alert. A lot of the ozone in the air was coming. It was ground level. So they was like, okay, you know, since a lot of ozone is ground level, a lot of people might experience, you know, certain breathing symptoms. Those that are sensitive to air quality changes. Y'all definitely gonna feel this shit. Because I felt it, like. I knew the air quality changed because, you know, after that shit happened, I started sneezing like a motherfucker. And my nose was, like, itching and tickling for 3 days straight. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I kept having major sinus drainages. And I thought I had a sinus infection, but I really didn't. It was something from the air quality. But I noticed, though, like, when that ozone came to the ground, man, whoo, when I say them UVs was hitting, nigga, the same day I seen that shit on my phone, I was at work when they talking about a lot of the ozone came to the ground, and it caused the air quality alert. It was like it's a lot of ozone on the ground, so I'm like, okay. But when I left work that day and went outside and I felt that heat, I said, yeah, that ozone on the ground. It ain't even no ozone in the air. The ozone layer, it's two big holes in the ozone layer right now. It's one, I think, it's one at the top near like Greenland, and then there's another one. There's another one right above the entire Atlantic Ocean called the SAA, the South Atlantic Anomaly. And it's basically a big ass hole in the ozone layer that's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger as the years go on. It's not gonna stop. And there's another one, I think at the top towards the North Pole, that's getting bigger and bigger, and they just not stopping. Like they can't stop these holes from opening. And it's allowing all that solar energy to come in and just wash niggas with that shit. You feel me? Niggas getting washed. That's why y'all been having. Have y'all noticed? You've been seeing shit out the corner of your eye more. Have y'all noticed? Motherfuckers been acting way more erratic than they was 2-3 years ago. Like motherfuckers acting more crazier now. Have y'all noticed time has sped up tremendously? Like, have y'all noticed a lot of extinct animals are now popping back out? More ships is being seen in the sky because the veil is being thinned by the sun. All that solar energy is thinning shit, and it's causing the dimensions to merge. Because all the dimensions connected to each other. So now we're seeing all these different things. But to get back to that Charlie Kirk shit, I don't give a fuck what he said, bro. They trying to incite a race war. As soon as he say what he say, right? I mean, as soon as he died, they pull up all this shit. I think that was a CIA move. They put up all this shit about him saying this about black pilots, this, that, the third, right? And then shortly after Charlie Kirk death, a kid was lynched in Mississippi. A kid from Delta University. I think he went to Tyshawn was on his friend Tyshawn, longtime friend Tyshawn was on his what was that? Not yesterday, but I think it was the day before yesterday. And he said that the kid that got hung in Mississippi, he said that he went to Hattiesburg High. I didn't go to Hattiesburg High, but Tyshawn did. So he was like, yeah, he said he did go to Hattiesburg High, because I was like, he do look familiar. I was like, this nigga, I know I probably went to school with this nigga somewhere. I don't know if it was N.R. Berger, nigga. I don't know if it was Oak Grove High School, or if it was Oak Grove Middle School, or yeah, I think them like only schools I could think of. Not Lily Burney though, because I remember a lot of folks from Lily Burney. But like I was saying though, yeah, with that shit right there, it just threw me for a loop. I'm like, hold on, I know what they doing. Y'all trying to incite a race war. Y'all got this shit going on with Charlie Kirk, got him saying this race shit. Then y'all turn around and then lynch a young black king. Like, that black boy I guarantee he didn't do nothing wrong. They just wanted to lynch him. They needed him as a sacrifice for something. This all after the blood moon. Do y'all remember we had a blood moon? We had a blood moon on September. That was September. We got a partial solar eclipse on the 21st? You're lying. What? November 22. It was September 7th. So we had one on the 7th. On the 7th. Remember, on the 7th, we had that blood moon. And after that blood moon, shit been different. Shit been a little different. So, hold on, I'm gonna pull up this. I'm gonna read this shit real quick. They talking about a solar eclipse. We got a partial solar eclipse. Partial solar eclipse. A expected partial solar would be visible across a swath of the southern hemisphere this week. So who all gonna see it? Oh, it's only gonna be over 16 million people observing from a number of Pacific islands, along with parts of Australia and Antarctica, according to the time and date. So, all these damn solar eclipses keep happening. That's why I be seeing the moon and the sun. That's why I've been seeing the moon and the sun out at the same time recently this week. I was gonna show y'all the article, but I just wanted to see what where it was gonna be at. But yeah, after the blood moon, all this shit happened, gang. They siphoned energy. Y'all think this shit ain't real, gang? Like, let's talk about archives, right? I want to pull this up for y'all. Right? I want to pull this up for y'all. This is Greek shit right here. An archon can refer to an ancient Greek magistrat, a Gnostic cosmic being that governs the material world, a leader within the Orthodox Church, or a character in video games and other media. In Gnosticism, they are often depicted as malevolent, ignorant, jailers of the soul, or wardens of the soul. Magistrate in ancient Greece, particularly in Athens, an archon was a high-ranking public official or ruler. So these things can actually, I guess, take physical form and be a part of the political system. Because if y'all realize, fun fact, the Democratic Republic shit, that comes all the way back from Greek shit that didn't just start in the 1800s. No, Republican and Democrat, that's been going on since the Greek and Roman times, on God. And Gnosticism, cosmic rulers in Gnostic belief. In Gnostic belief, archons are beings who created the material world and are seen as the rulers of the physical realm. Cap, the universe is the creator of all material worlds and planes in the universe. These things just happen to know how to fucking take advantage of physical beings, but through the spiritual realm without having to physically manifest themselves. So, like, you know, demons is spiritual too, nigga. Demons got powers and abilities too that they can use to cause havoc across the cosmos, in their own creative way. Prisoners of the soul. They are often described as jailers who trap the divine spark within human souls, preventing them from achieving gnosis, spiritual knowledge, and escaping to the higher realms. Association with planets. Archons are often associated with the 7 planets in the signs of the zodiac, which is interesting, seen as spiritual obstacles. Because if you notice, if you go look at your zodiac signs, you know, or your natal chart, it tell you all the planets and what they mean and what kind of obstacle they are for you that you gotta overcome. Because every planet gonna have some good aspects to it, but it's gonna have some bad aspects that you mainly need to overcome to keep that planet in its highest form. And I was watching somebody the other day. I know who it was, bro. She explained that shit deep. I forgot how she said the shit. But it was this lady that I was watching that I know. Young lady that was saying some shit about planet. I forgot how she explained it. She was saying something like, when something in your house, she's like, when you learn your house, you really learning what you need to work on in yourself in order to achieve the benefits that you can get from that house. So if you got a certain planet in a certain house that's dealing with finances, there's obstacles in there that you need to look for in that you know, in your natal chart, that you need to read up on and look at to see how can you work on those weaknesses in your financial house, so that way you can then start to become financially abundant, you know, after working on, like, it so I could see how archons are associated with zodiacs seen as spiritual obstacles. That makes hella sense. In Christianity, lay leaders in the Orthodox Church, an archon is an honorific title given to a layman who has been formally recognized by the patriarch for their service and dedication to the faith. I did not know that. Then you got video game literature and word of the day. And then let's look at some images. Let's see what people depict the archons like. I guess this is the best photo we can get. Something like this. And they look like parasites. These look like parasites. You ever seen what a parasite look like, bro? Parasites. Just type in parasites. Let's just look at some images or something. Look at this. Don't these look like archons? I don't know if I got antennas. Look, this a what? A nematode, I think, or some shit. No, my bad. Tapeworm. I can see the eggs inside there. Tapeworm. Tapeworm. Tapeworm is like I think an amoeba is considered a parasite. This is considered a parasite. Yes, a bed bug. Anything that drains blood too is a parasite. Bed bugs, mosquitoes, and horseflies, and other shit that probably whatever suck blood. Lice. See here, go right here. It just said it. Fleas and ticks. Yup, I forgot about those too. Fleas, ticks, and lice, and bed bugs and mosquitoes. Roundworms, whipworms, hookworms. Why they gotta all be worms? Why the fuck is a parasite a worm, gang? The only worm that ain't a parasite is an earthworm. Goddamn. Look at these different pictures of parasites. I don't even know what the fuck these is right here, but they look crazy though. And then a leech. And then when we go back to this, look at this. Look at this. It's like a damn leech right here. You got this damn whatever bug this is. Couple tapeworms in the mix. Like these look like parasites, but these are archons, and they taking over this man's body. You feel me? They trying to hold him down. They trying to bring him down. Look, he's already levitating off the ground and shit. And like, oh, we can't have you doing that. Bring this nigga back down. Hit him with every. You got porn right here. You got gluttony and greed right here. Whether it be food, money, or whatever. You got what would I call this? Greed, right? I mean not greed, envy right here. You got depression right here. Depression really trying to pull you down. You got he said demon toad is crazy. I don't even think I said that. I said nematode. A nematode from like a nematode is a parasite, I think, bro. Hold on. I said meet and greet. Nematode, right? Yeah, I think a nematode is considered a parasite. I'm not sure though. I have to go back and like look at that. Are nematodes parasites? Not AI mode. Parasitic nematodes. Yeah, so nematodes are, there's certain species of nematodes that are parasites. But yeah, you got depression right here pulling that nigga down, and you got anger right here trying to push a nigga to crash out. These are the different representations. Those are demons. Everybody has demons. Some people just can't keep their demons and they can't keep them tamed and in check. That's why you got a lot of crazy motherfuckers out here. But those who know how to master their demons and not let their demons enslave them, but enslave their demons, yes. You have to enslave your demons, nigga. If you don't enslave your demons, what they gonna do to you? You gotta enslave them niggas. You gotta tell them niggas, no, nigga, this my body. Because there's beings out there, external beings. Yes, there are external beings out there that can use those different demons inside you. You feel me? To make you influence you to do things. I ain't gonna say make you, but influence you to do things. Influence and make you, influence and control is two different things. I can control, when you control somebody to do something, you most of the times it's by force. When you influence somebody to do something, you just told them some shit that made them really feel like, damn, I should do that. You feel me? And then they did it. You just told them, like, hey, I think you should do this because A, B, and C. You see what I'm saying? And like, I guess you're right. You feel me? Let me go do that. And then whatever happens, that's on them. Because you didn't make them do it. You just told them why you think they should do it. That's influence. You feel me? So, these demons use these parasites within us. You got spiritual parasites, bro. It's not just physical. Even if you detox all the parasites in your body physically, you still got to deal with the ones spiritually. That's harder to detox. But it can be done. Nothing impossible. But you got spiritual parasites, these demons that are attached to you. Well, I wouldn't say attached to you, but like they're a part of you. You got like your own. When I say everybody got their own demons, you have your own unique demon aspect. The part of you the you that could be bad if it was to take full control. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the you that could be good if it takes full control of this physical vessel. You see what I'm saying? So you got that split in between going on. What side have you chosen? You see what I'm saying? And it's both of them are there every time. And so you pick a side every day. Yo, you might have a coworker that might say some bullshit. That day the demon take over, you knock that nigga out. You get fired. You see what I'm saying? Instead of controlling your demons, you're like, you know what? I'm gonna let me keep getting my money. That nigga trying to stop me from getting my money. I know that's a demon in that, but when you realize too that this demon's working through other people, that keeps you from crashing out on somebody. Cause you know, like, I feel bad for you. That ain't even really you. You lost control to your demon. That ain't even the highest you. That ain't the true you. That's the false you. So I ain't even gonna get mad. I understand you possessed. I understand you feel me? That's how you gotta look at that. When you start to realize that, it keep you from crashing out. But most people don't know that, so they crash out. They think this person just really being that person. Not knowing that person going through shit that got them in their lower self. Everybody going through some shit that's trying to keep them. That's either got them in their lower self or trying to bring them to their lower self through other external beings that's causing external events. This shit a chain reaction. He said the big ass work. He said the big ass work on that. The big ass worm on that SpongeBob episode. What was that hell called? An Alaskan bullworm. On God, that hell basically a big ass nematode. On God. But my bad, I gotta scratch my eye. These demons though, they go crazy, gang. They go crazy. So we gotta understand that, like, I had to put up that blood, but we gotta understand that we dealing with forces in higher places, forces in different places that we can't see with the naked eye that we have to fight against. That's pulling niggas down. We can't let that pull us down. You feel me? We can't let these keep us back. Archons. Then you have fallen angels. Archons is just like the minions of fallen angels. Put it like that. Cause niggas, like to say fallen angels and archons is the same thing. No, they different things. Fallen angels is the niggas these day big homies, and they just be making the plans and doing whatever they need to keep us under their full control, so that we don't rise into our highest state. You feel me? And then above the fallen angels, you got the big homie himself, that go by many different names. That's how he fooled the world. He didn't exist. You feel me? Zeus, Lucifer, Prometheus, Draco, Dracula. Damn, what else can I think? Who? What's his name? The nigga that's the head of Israel. You feel me? That nigga. Demon. Straight demon. And I already talked about this in the last shit. These niggas made a bet on who could influence humanity the most. He made a bet that he could influence humanity the most to follow a dark dystopian path. And then you have another group out there that made a bet that they could influence humanity to a light utopia path. You feel me? And that's what's going on planet Earth right now. It's a fight for consciousness. Niggas think it's about, cosmic war. I mean, yeah, it is, but it's mainly about a fight for human consciousness. Because humans are powerful. Niggas don't know we are really powerful as fuck. We can be pushed to the greatest magnitudes that niggas ain't never seen before in the cosmos. It's almost like we being experimented on in a way. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a test going on. That's what's happening. This is a test. So niggas is like, okay, you feel me? We see where humanity is headed right now. Not a good place, but we headed somewhere better than where we was before though. I ain't gonna cap. But still, right now we got a lot of fuck shit going on that still needs to be cleaned up, that we having a hard time cleaning up. So, it's still fucking up our chances of trying to reach that utopia, that golden age world that we need. But since all this truth keep coming, like I said, all this truth keep coming out now, that's what got us on a better, going on a better path than we was before. So like I said, it's all in due time. We just got to see this shit unfold piece by piece. You feel me? Do I believe we can get to a light utopia path? Yes, we can. Because, even though most of humanity is fucked up, like I said, you got them little bits of pieces that keep influencing humanity on why we need to be taking care of ourselves spiritually and trying to reach our highest spiritual state. Because, nigga, once we do that, we could literally be flying around this bitch. Like, we humans think we just make this shit up. Niggas flying and all this superpowers and shit in movies and shit. No, that come from our dreams. When we be coming from the astrals and shit, and then we come back here, we start writing that, drawing that shit down. Niggas had to turn around and tell us that shit was fake after we got taken control of and started making movies off of that. That's why we go to the movies and pay so much money for that shit, because we wish we could do that shit. Every human wish they had superpowers. I don't care what no niggas say. Some niggas wish they had the superpower to make other niggas be quiet. Come on now. Niggas wish they had some form of superpower. I'm telling you. So that's what I'm saying. They had to take that and strip that from us when we was learning that from the Astros and trying to apply that here. Because if we was able to apply that here, we've mastered the. Not only did we master the spiritual realms, But we mastered the most hardest and densest realm, and that's the physical realm. This is the last place where shit take place. Once we master what we did doing the spirit realm here, there's nothing that we can't do. Think about it. There's nothing that you can't do. The only thing you can do is just wipe all your memory and do all this shit over again from scratch. Starting from the spirit, working your way back down here, and then finishing down here, and then, you feel me? Because, yeah, you gotta master what goes on here. And once you master it here, nigga, every time you start coming back here, you gonna keep growing and growing and growing. It's called spiritual maturity. This is why some niggas is older than others. Even though they two different ages in the physical realm. You got a young nigga that act older than the old nigga. And the old nigga act younger than the young nigga. So, that's what I'm saying. You know, everything takes place differently with everybody, bro. Because not everybody's the same soul coming in these bodies. Or they souls age don't match their bodies. Peace Terrence. Peace OG. I see you up in here. But not everybody's souls that come in these bodies is, you know, matching the age. Some niggas is 1,000 years old. Some niggas is 500 years old. 500-year-old souls. Them young souls right there. Them young souls. You got some souls that's 10,000 years old. 100,000. 500,000. 1,000,000 years. 10 million years. You got some souls that are as old as the universe. The universe birth. The universe was born, we don't know. That was billions and billions and billions and trillions of years ago, bro. You got some souls that are that old because life existed that far back in time. Way back then. So, the universe is amazing, bro. When you learn all this shit, you understand that the universe is vast, amazing. There's nothing that you can't, when you keep learning, knowledge is infinite. You can't learn everything. Knowledge is infinite. That's the beauty in this shit. It don't get boring. The universe understand what boredom is. Come on now. The universe understand what boredom, all that shit is. And like, we gotta keep this shit so it don't dull out. You feel me? So this shit keeps going. It's never ending. This shit is infinite. Once you leave this vessel, you gonna see what all the shit really look like. Spirit energy never dies. That's the first rule of thermodynamics. Energy can either be created or destroyed. When you die, you don't die. Your body is done working, and it has to go back to the earth. Cause what do it do? It decomposes. Everything on the planet decomposes. It goes back to the earth. The earth eat that shit. She like, give me that. I'm gonna need them particles off you, my baby. I gave you this body, now I need it back. You feel me? Cause the mushrooms and shit like that, moss and certain bugs, and they like, we need that shit back. You feel me? Your energy gets spread through nature. You feel me? But mainly through the ground. When your body decomposes in that soil, plants grow after where you die at. I'm telling you, plants grow, flowers and shit grow right where your body die at, nigga. That's you. That's pieces of you. Then you got the butterflies come and eat that energy. Bees and shit. All kind of other shit. You gotta remember, bugs and shit eat your body too. I don't know what eat the bones. Cause bones, I don't know why nothing don't eat the bones. I'm not sure what's up with that, bro. On God, like, and that's how niggas able to dig up shit from years on end. I find all these skeletons and shit underground. I don't know why bones. Nothing don't eat human bones. Like that shit. I wonder why though. You feel me? Good bone marrow still in there. You feel me? I don't know how that works, but But like I was saying though, yo, bits and pieces of your energy get spread throughout the realm. You're now back with the one with the ethers again. You're one with nature again. Your breath, your spirit, your consciousness begins to take on a different perspective. Like you put it like this: the way you still see here, You know how you still can see the same way you see here in your dreams? That's how it's gonna be when you leave this body. You still gonna see the same way. You feel me? But it's gonna look a little different. It's gonna look a little more high tech. Let me say that. On a higher plane, and but you'll be able to understand it too, though. Once you get back in your spirit body, you gonna still be able to see shit the same way, but you're just not gonna be able to talk though. You're not gonna have lips in the mouth. You talk with this. How you can hear yourself in your head. Come on now, everybody be talking in their head. They be like, come on, niggas be talking in their head. So if you can hear yourself in your head, what that tell you? This is just a voice to externally have other people hear you. You see what I'm saying? Other people can't hear you talk until you speak with this. They can't hear what you're saying in your head until you vocally express it. You physically express what you are thinking of. You be like, man, this nigga shoes big as fuck. Hey nigga, your shoe big as hell. They gonna be like, damn, nigga. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's how it works. So they say your consciousness get uploaded to the sun. Is that where they get the cloud from? I'm not sure. I ain't never heard of that. I ain't gonna lie. That kind of makes sense though, cause everything be trying to get energy from the sun on the planet. You gotta remember, the plants eat the sun, and then shit eat the plants, and then like grasshoppers and shit. Then there's some shit that eat the grasshoppers, and then whatever eat them grasshoppers, some shit that eat that. Then we eat the cows and shit like that, all kind of other shit. Cause you know the cows be eating grass, getting that shit from the sun. Like, we all trying to get energy from the sun, so I wouldn't be surprised. You feel me? I wouldn't be surprised if our consciousness just goes back up to the highest source, because that is the highest source in our solar system right now. You know, the highest source in the cosmos is suns. Suns and black holes. Black holes are like black suns, because the black holes do emit their own light. They emit their own light by keeping it in a gravitational field, because once light enters black holes' gravitational field, it can't escape. It can't escape. So it's like it's getting all pulled in, but from the outside, you can still see that light sitting outside the black hole, because it's like frozen in time. Like, black hole literally freezes time. They say if you was to see somebody go into a black hole, they would literally freeze, and it's gonna look like they never went in it, and like for eternity. That's how it's gonna look like. That's what they say. They just gonna be. But the person that's going in the black hole, they gonna see themselves falling in that motherfucker, and whatever happens on some interstellar shit, it happens. But you on the outside watching them going in, they ain't gonna never go in for you. So it's like black hole literally freezes time. That's like a black holes are like super suns or some shit. I don't know. But them hoes be getting, I believe Earth has fell into a black hole, because like all kind of crazy shit is happening right now. We get downloads from the sun and nothing new under it thought-wise. Facts, yeah, facts. So yeah, that might be home. You feel me? But your energy goes somewhere when you leave this flesh suit. You know. And that ghost, this is why ghosts and shit is real. You know, poltergeists, all that shit. You know, niggas be having their doors open on their own. That takes place. And people are going to start to see that way more now. You're going to start to see that way more. I'm telling you. Because we in that age where most of the dimensions are merging. You're going to see shit. You're going to see shit in the corner of your eye more now. You're going to see somebody's face in public shapeshift. Even if you never saw that shit before, you're going to see it for the first time ever. They call it demonic face syndrome or some shit like that. I'm finna pull it up. They don't know a lot of people are gonna start experiencing this more. Come on. Demonic face syndrome, right? This is they out of nowhere came with this shit, but they forewarning you. That's why they know what they be doing. Here we go. Demonic face syndrome, or prosopomia, morphospia, or morphopsia. Demonic face syndrome is a rare neurological disorder that causes individuals to perceive human faces as a distorted or demonic. Seeing human faces as distorted or grotesque, perceiving facial features as exaggerated or misplaced, seeing demonic or monstrous expressions, and difficulty recognizing familiar faces. And this is what they show. This is what they show the faces looking like. Look at that. That looks like a reptilian. That's all that is. That's all that is. That's all that is. You feel me? That's that. That's what that is. That's them reptilian humanoids. That's all that is. What's that's all that is. So that's what I'm saying, like, niggas gonna start to see that more. Those that didn't get them buyouts and shit like that. Y'all pineal glands gonna start to open more and more and more. You gonna start to see shit for what it looks like behind. Because you gotta remember, it's 8 billion people on the planet, bro. A lot of these people ain't real. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Some of these people, other species, but you know, they say that these niggas live underground. So we probably ain't bumped into something yet, unless they figured out how to take the sun or, like, you know, block out the sun's rays from it harming them. But these niggas, look, Doctor Who. What y'all know about that Doctor Who? Boy, y'all better go get that Doctor Who. Draconians, nigga. But yeah, demonic face syndrome. That's what they call it. A lot of niggas gonna. Oh my bad. Let me pull this up for y'all right here. I meant to show y'all this. But yeah, this what they be talking about. Among Us. And I think these the niggas I got attacked by in that game that I'm streaming on here. Y'all know the little game I be streaming, Voices of the Void? Oh God, I think these the niggas that attacked me that when it got real dark and shit. Cause the nigga had real sharp, his eyes turned red. He was invisible. They say these niggas can turn invisible. You feel me? This my picture. They say these niggas can turn invisible. And the niggas that pulled up on me in the game, they was invisible. One of them, their eyes turned red, and the nigga was able to walk through my wall and attack me, and take a chunk out of my skin. And his teeth look just like this. Oh God, nigga teeth look just like that. So I'm like, that's probably what attacked me in that game. And then you got another species that's like a cat species, but you never see them though. They always cloak themselves because they don't want you to see them. But it's a cat species, and they from a planet where it's like all cats and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So it's like, yeah, you know, with these niggas though, niggas gonna start seeing some shit. You feel me? You gonna start to see a lot of shit. I had a homie tell me a story one time. You know, he from Memphis. He was saying one night, it was about like 3 a.m. or something. He was going up to the store across the street from his apartments to get some guards. And when he walked across the street, and he was strapped up, but you know, when he went across the street, he was like, bro, he said, I kid you not. He said, I swear to God on my mama, nigga. He said, I seen a 12-foot, I don't know if it was a nigger creature, a human or a creature. He said he don't know what it was, but it was something about 12 feet tall, run across the street. You know, it was further down from him though, but he seen that hoe run across the street and then go off somewhere into like some little woods or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck? So, you know, a lot of niggas is gonna start to see shit even in the cities now. Like, you know, and that's the crazy thing. A lot of these entities and, you know, government lab experiments that on escape and shit. Well, them is out in the urban, out in the rural areas where the people in the country and shit at. But a lot of the other entities and demonic entities that niggas be worried about is in the cities too, because this is where a lot of the energy is at, that negative energy is at, that they can feed off of is in the cities. Out in the country and shit, you got a lot of nature and shit, a lot of that high frequency out there, so you got a lot of other shit that be out in nature. You got nature got its own cryptids, you feel me, that you know niggas don't know of. You know, when niggas talk about Bigfoot and shit like that, Loch Ness Monster, or the, you know, the Mothman and shit like that, like, yeah, that shit from nature. Nature got its own shit that niggas don't know about. You know, they put shit like that in, what's the movie? What's the show? Monarch. The show Monarch, where it's dealing with Godzilla and the different titans and shit. Those titans they are literally Earth. Like, Godzilla is literally a lizard that got hit with some radiation, or got hit with some radiation from a nuke that made him that fucking big. You feel me? But there was other monsters in the movie though. Like King of the Monsters, there were other monsters that were literally a part of nature. You had the giant ass elephant, the giant ass crab that came out the ocean or some shit. No, I think it was a mountain or some shit. You had the volcano, the little volcano bird. It was a bird that was like all fire or some shit. And then you had King Ghidorah that was like under the ice in Antarctica or some shit. That was from the earth. He was older than humans, so it's like, yeah, we'll be surprised what Mother Nature can unleash that we still ain't seen yet. They don't just be making this shit up out their ass when they come with these movies. They pull this shit from somewhere. There's somewhere where this shit has took place. Even if it wasn't on this planet and it was from another planet. You feel me? It took place in the cosmos. But all in all though, we just gotta stay on point. Physically wise, all the shit they keep throwing at us too, with the moon, the spells. That's what the archives doing with these blood moons and shit. Like I said, with the Charlie Kirk situation, and then the kid getting hung, and then what else? They passing weird laws and shit. Like, it's getting real. You feel me? It's getting real. Trump trying to go to every city and put military there because we're in the age of where martial law is now coming into. They're rolling it out. We're now seeing martial law being rolled out. The red carpet is being rolled out for it. That's why he putting militaries. He's not just doing Chicago and he's doing every city. Every major city. Atlanta's next. Orlando, Miami, all that shit next. He's deploying military everywhere. He finna make this next 4-year run be the most hardest 4-year run for us. I'm telling you. He finna make sure this next 4 years is hard. Niggas gonna tell you when you can and can't leave your house. They trying to make a law. They still trying to pass a law where they could take every American guns. They trying to get rid of the Second Amendment. They like, fuck, we need to figure out how to get rid of this bitch. But we can't because we the dumbasses that made it up. First, we're so smart, we're dumb. We made it up. Now we can't get rid of it. It's hard to get rid of it because the Americans, the niggas gonna die by that shit. You feel me? So, that's what I'm saying. Like, when they come to that shit right there, they trying to figure out how to get rid of a lot of Americans' guns. Nigga, get rid of our shits. Because when they know that niggas ain't gonna go for a lot of shit, and niggas gonna take to the streets and just start, civil war. Not amongst each other. No, we gonna be ready to go to war with the government. We gonna be ready to shoot back at these soldiers that's trying to keep us in our house and shit. Like, nah, we ain't got time for that. He said they be having that shimmer to them like the Predator. I believe it's a technology. Some say it's an ability. I believe I believe it's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of both. Yes, hood entities we need to talk about. Yes, these energies that be in the hoods and projects. Facts. Hell yeah. Have you noticed why they call it the projects? They coming in out without. They just recently rolled out that the government has sprayed St. Louis, nigga. They sprayed St. Louis with some kind of chemical, and everybody in the city started getting really bad headaches. Projects. They be experimenting. They biologically seeing how can we attack niggas? What is the best chemical that can wipe these niggas out? We need to genocide these niggas. Not only are they multiplying like roaches, because that's what we do, but they like not only is these niggas multiplying like roaches, but goddamn, nigga. Now these niggas waking up and shit too. We gotta get these niggas up out of here. We need to figure out what's the best shit to get these niggas out of here. And they do shit like that in our hoods, bro. They don't already hit us with the first set of chemicals, which is drugs. That's how they biologically attack us. And biochemically attack us, my bad. And biologically too, but I want to say biochemically because, chemistry and biology. But that's how they biochemically attack us. We are in biochemical warfare. You feel me? We are also in what they call that shit. Hold on. Let me look it up real quick. We also in biotechnological warfare too. Biotechnology. where they trying to mix the body, the organic matter, with man-made shit, which is robots and AI and shit. So, yeah, you know, they hit us in all kinds of ways in the projects, bro, and they still doing that shit to this day. And those entities do, you know, when we speak on the reptilians, these are the niggas from Monsters Inc. That appear, you know, when your kids say, there's something in my closet, or there's something under my bed, or sometimes these entities try to befriend these little kids. You feel me? And they be like, oh, my imaginary friend. That's because y'all remember, kids are the freshest souls from the cosmos. They pineal glands is still wide open. They can see shit that we can't. They don't just be looking at the air, nigga, when they talking to something. They see something that you can't, nigga. So, you know, a lot of, the reptiles, a lot of them just feed off the kids' fear through nightmares and, you know, making them scared in the room in the dark and shit, thinking there's something in the closet. Well, there is something in their closet, actually. It's just not in physical form, though. You feel me? Your kids having sleep paralysis and shit. They waking up but can't move. That's sleep paralysis. Like, yeah. He said, yeah, I seen that. All levels spiritual, physical, mentally, yup. So, all in all though, y'all niggas stay aware. Y'all stay hydrated. Y'all stay in tune, man. The Charlie Kirk shit, I can give two less fucks about. I really don't care, bro. I don't care. Because I knew something was going to happen. Every September, I told y'all, every year, they always pull some of the biggest shit around September, October, and November. They usually calm down around December. But September, because they be too busy trying to push money for, holidays and shit. But mainly around September, October, and November, you feel me, is when they like to pull some of the strangest shit, gang. They like to pull some of the strangest shit. When did Charlie Kirk die? Was it on? Let me find out it was on 9/11, bro. Let me find out it was on 9/11. I'm gonna have a fucking field day with this. When did he get shot? Did he die? Or is he still alive? Or is he dead? They don't got his death date on here. They don't got his death date on here. It just say born in October 14th. I was finna have a field day with this, boy. He died on September 10th. It was September 10th. It was a day before, boy. I was about to say, they did that shit on 9/11, nigga. I was about to say, I'm about to have a field day with this shit. But no, it was on September 10th, though. It was the day before. Oh, shit. Excuse me. They think they slick. I hear the darkness is like a way for them to travel. Yeah, definitely. I think it is too. You got something like, man, like when we get into portals and shit, hell yeah, bro. Dark spaces and shit. And negative, places with a lot of negative energy. You know how you get houses where people don't die in the house. A lot of people don't die in that house over and over and over. Now you got all these different spirits roaming through that bitch, demonic spirits roaming through that bitch, causing it. They be in them houses a lot. Facts, a lot of houses is haunted, and a lot of the houses are haunted not because people died in them too. Did y'all forget all the natives that died on these lands, nigga? You know how many curses and hexes we put on this land before we died, nigga, because we knew they was gonna take this shit, so that way they could no longer live comfortable. Don't get me wrong, black people, we deal with some haunted houses every now and then. You feel me? We deal with a lot of us. We be dealing with some haunted houses, but we don't deal with it as bad as they do though. They should be hunted like a motherfucker. I be like, psh. But, yeah, that Charlie Kirk shit, that was the day before 9/11. I was about to have a field day if it was on that day, because I was about to say this is what they do. But, then they talking about, they showed us the video of the missile hitting the UFO. We seen that shit, and the missile just bounced off that bitch, because they can't shoot them hoes down. The only time they get UFOs is when they crash. They never shot them bitches down. When they say they shot them down, they be capping, because they want to gaslight you to think they have the power to stop these ships as they do pull up. No, they don't. If something pulls up and shows itself in the sky that's the size of Texas, you think on how big that's a big ass craft. Something show up on the East Coast the size of Texas, nigga. That's covering at least 3 different states at once. You can't shoot nothing down that fucking big. A nuke not even gonna stop that. A nuke can only can only damage so much of the land in just one state. In a 10-mile radius, 20-mile radius. Something that show up the size of Texas on the East Coast, or on the West Coast, or in the South, where the Gulf Coast is at. Oh my God. Oh my God. You can't shoot nothing like that down. So they try to tell you these stories that they don't shot these crafts down over the years. Like, yeah, we don't shot different crafts that no. A lot of these crafts they got that don't crash. And a lot of these crafts don't crash because some of these crafts be going to war with each other. We don't know what species. That's why that's why I'm playing this game Voices of the Void right now. Because they kind of showing you what's going on the planet. In that game, they showing you what's going on this planet. You feel me? There's different species sending signals to your government, telling them like, "Hey, nigga, we here, we see y'all, we pulling up to y'all shit to see what's going on." And you got a lot of different ones that's pulling up, and some of them that's pulling up, you know, it's just like a party, nigga. You got all these people pulling up to the party. Eventually, gonna have some niggas that pull up that don't like each other. That's what happened here. So you got a group of different entities here, nigga, that don't like each other, and some be shooting each other out the fucking sky. You be wondering what them storms and shit is. You be like, damn, why is it lightning consistently and it ain't stopped yet? Usually lightning stop. It lightning, then it stop for a few seconds, and then it lightning somewhere else. This shit just cracking in the sky. All these booms and shit, what's going on? Niggas be knocking each other out of the sky, and they crash land off somewhere. And then niggas be like, oh, they're going to meteorite or a falling, they're going to shooting star. Because they have to instill that in your brain so heavy since birth and as a child. Yeah, they're going to shooting star. Not knowing that's debris of a fallen craft, nigga. Boom, hit the ground. Men in Black already there to get that shit up. They already there to get that shit up because they be trying to reverse. They already, the government has already confessed. That was in 2020. No, my bad. That was in 2020, 2023, 2022. They already confessed that, yes, nigga. It's called Project, what is it called? It's called Project Constellation, I think. Project Constellation, I think. I think that's what it's called. Project Constellation. This is a new project they got going on. But yeah, they getting all these crafts and they reverse engineering their shit. They have non-human biologics, which means they have non-human creatures or in entities that don't die in these crashes, and they trying to see what the fuck these things are. If they not the ones that they already working with, you feel me? The ones they already working with, they just take them back and heal them up and get them right. But the ones that they ain't working with, they like, who the fuck these niggas is and where they pull up from? Constant lightning with no thunder. Yup, exactly. He said, yeah, them storms be illy. Facts. That's the storms. You be wondering what the fuck that is. I be like, that's them. They be blasting each other down up there in that bitch, boy. I be like, damn. And I've been seeing a lot of shit fall out the sky recently. I be thinking them shooting stars. I be like, oh, they gonna shooting star. My dumb ass make a wish. I still do that shit though. I make a wish though. I be like, shit. Nobody else ain't seeing this shit but me right now. And then a while back, nigga, like maybe a year or two ago, I was walking back from the gas station back to my crib, bro. It was nighttime. It was maybe about almost 12 at night, bro. And nigga, I swear the whole sky lit up blue, nigga. Big ass blue meteorite, whatever the fuck it was, flew past, nigga, over the city, and it landed somewhere, not too sure where, but or unless it burned up in the sky, but nigga, that shit lit the whole sky up blue, nigga. I'm like, is it, nigga? Because I was looking down, doing something. I was checking my pockets. I was even looking at my phone to check my pockets. I believe I was checking my pockets to make sure I had everything in my pockets. Nigga, when that shit did that, nigga, I looked up like, oh shit, nigga. I'm like, what's going on? Nigga, I'm thinking, because at first, I'm like, why is it daytime? And I'm like, nah, nigga, it's nighttime. I'm like, am I getting abducted? That's the second thing I thought in my head. I was like, damn, is it my time already, nigga? Is it my time already to get clapped, get took off the earth? You feel me? I look up and I see that shit flying. I'm like, there's some crazy shit. Some crazy shit going on in these skies out here, man. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah. Let me see if I can send myself this video. Right. I want to show y'all this shit. I might be able to do it. I might not, bro. If I can, I can. If I can't, I can't. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna see if I can email myself this video real quick so I can show y'all something. If not, I have to do it. Set it up a different way another time. Let me see. Hold on. I might be able to send it to myself. Oh no, damn. We go all the way. Damn, I keep pressing the same shit. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Bear with me. I got one on. Let me get the other one. Damn, it exceeds 5 megabytes. How? Damn. Hold on, y'all. I know I can get this shit sent to. I know I can send this shit to myself some way, some form. I might have to send it to myself. Yeah, hold on. Okay, I got the photos. I'm gonna send the photos to myself. Let me see if I can log into my Instagram real quick on here, and then I'm gonna just play it on my Insta. I'm gonna send it to myself on Instagram, so I can show y'all the video. So y'all know, y'all gonna be like, damn, nigga, what's that? Y'all like, what that is, OJ? I'm like, shit, I don't know. That motherfucker was just there though, scanning the mountain or something. Oh, he's gonna say that to my number. I gotta change my number, bro. Hold on. I gotta change my number on Instagram. Cause I forgot my other phone. That hoe fucked up. Damn, who dog is that? Y'all hear that shit? God damn. What the hell wrong with that little puppy? Damn, why am I... Come on now. What is they talking about? Okay, there we go. Yo, that dog is going federal out there. It's 10-10, y'all. I hope y'all doing good. I'm just trying to get this shit. Okay, there we go. I had to get these. There we go. Delete these shits. Nice. Cause I gotta show y'all this shit. Alright, so while that's doing that, so I'm gonna show y'all. He said I got some pictures to show you. Dragons coming out of a portal. Let me see. Hold on. Where's my Gmail? Jeez, all this shit. Let me go to my Gmail real quick. Hold on, y'all. All right, and then now we should be able to log back in. Why do you keep putting this sad ass account that I don't use no more? Who the fuck? Alright, we're gonna try to log into that real quick. Alright, we logged in. Okay, I'm finna send that video to myself. Let me send it to myself real quick. And then we gonna... Why I can't see my videos? Come on, hold on. Let's just say recent. I see it right there, but it don't want to. Damn. Oh my gosh. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Please log in and continue. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Hey, it's all kind of shit happening, y'all. Hold on. It's like one thing happening after another. Like, I'm trying to send myself a message. I'm finna have to, I know what I'm finna do. I know what I'm finna do. I'm finna send it here. There we go. Okay, and now I'm finna log back in. I don't know what the fuck just happened. Come on with this whole shit. I was just logged in. Them niggas trying to boot me back out my account or something. Like, okay, now they don't want me to log in. That's crazy. So, okay. Like, what? Why are they on this type of time right now? I'm gonna try one more time, bro. Okay, there we go. So I'm finna show y'all these photos, right? I don't know if y'all can see it. So this was when I was in Phoenix, right? I was at the person I was with, we was at this AutoZone. And I seen this fucking thing sitting above the mountain. This is where I was able to take a video of it, because I seen it with my naked eye. I'm like, what is that above the mountain? I don't know what this is, bro. But it's like, when I scroll in, it has like a triangular shape. So I'm like, whatever that is, that has to be some kind of craft. My bad. There we go. Had to pull back on my chat and shit. But let me switch the shit. Can y'all see this? Okay, good. So yeah, when I was seeing this shit, it was this big ass mountain behind the AutoZone. It was like sitting back off in the distance. I don't know what the fuck that is. And then I got a video of it too, but in the video it's weird because in the video it's like blinking in and out of existence. But it wasn't doing that when I was looking at it. Like, I had to look off the phone for a second and see if it was still there. And I'm like, okay, that bitch still there. I'm like, why is it blinking in and out on my phone? So, yeah, it's like this real black triangular. And then, hold on, I got like a picture where I zoomed in on it. Yeah, it's like some type of black triangular object, bro. Way off out. Well, I wouldn't even say that too far. It wasn't too far off. Maybe about a mile away. Because, you know, phone cameras don't make, you know, they make shit seem farther than it look. But, yeah. And that hoe just sitting over there. I'm like, what the fuck? So hold on, let me get the video real quick, right? Damn. Hold on. I need to see how I can I swear I thought I sent the video. Let me see. Ain't even I'm gonna have to send it to I'm about to send it I'm about to send it to Laquan real quick because I need that hoe to I can't send it to myself for some reason. It won't let me do it. Every time I try to send it to myself, it be on some weird shit. Oh wait, hold on. I probably can send it to myself. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. I can send it to myself. I'm gonna send this. And then this to myself. Boom. Oh, now the video I want to send to Crazy Work. This shit's just hovering. I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, here we go. This shit's just hovering. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm put my finger next to it so you can probably see it, but it's like right there on top of that mountain. And, so, hold on, where's my fucking finger at? Damn, hold on. How do I start the video over? That hole like right there. I don't know what that is. This shit's just hovering. I don't know what the fuck that is. I'm put my finger next to it so you can probably see it, but it's like right there on top of that mountain. That whole okay, so look, okay, I got you. Okay, bet. So this is this the video I was trying to show y'all. It's kind of I wish I could pause and play it, but I can't. Like it play on its own. So look, you can see it right there, right? It fades out, right? It's right here above this cactus. It's gonna blink in and out. I had to zoom out. Look, it's right there. That whole blinking in and out. I ain't never seen no shit like that. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? You feel me? You know, I'm seeing it with my eyes, but I'm like, let me record this shit. But when it was doing that shit on the phone, I'm like, damn, that whole cloaking on the phone, damn near. So it's like, I sent this picture to myself. It's one of these things right here. That's the only thing I could think of. It's one of them fucking things, bro. So, so yeah, that was me catching something sitting above a mountain. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I seen it with my naked eyes though. And I'm like, I gotta record this because if I tell niggas not gonna believe me. So like, let me record this shit. And that hoe, you see it on the phone, that hoe glitching in and out. That hoe literally trying to cloak itself off of my phone so it don't be seen. But luckily I was still able to get it. But yeah though. That was some crazy shit. Other than that, man, I hope y'all take care of yourselves. I'm finna hop off this hoe. I'm probably finna hop back on here and do either Voices of the Void, or I'm probably finna hop on Twitch and do Schedule 1 because I just made some big shit happen on there. But other than that, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all staying tuned. Like always, I'll be back with another one. One love.